As you settle into the soft embrace of your bed tonight, feeling the familiar weight of your body against the sheets, you might imagine that you understand the basic nature of what surrounds you. Solid matter, empty space, the clear boundary between yourself and the world. But tonight, we are going to discover together that reality is far more mysterious, far more beautiful, and far more intimately connected to consciousness than our everyday experience suggests. Every atom in your body, every particle of air you breathe, every photon of light that reached your eyes today follows rules so elegant and strange that they seem like poetry written by the universe itself. Welcome to the quantum realm, not a distant abstract world of equations, but the hidden reality that's always been dancing within you, around you, and through every moment of your existence. Right now, as you lie in peaceful stillness, approximately 7 octillion atoms make up your body. That's a 7 followed by 27 zeros. More atoms than there are stars in the observable universe. Each of these atoms, these fundamental building blocks of your physical being, operates according to quantum mechanical principles that would seem impossible if we encountered them in our everyday world. Consider the calcium atom in one of your bones, the iron atom carrying oxygen through your bloodstream, or the carbon atom that forms part of your DNA. These atoms appear solid and definite, but quantum physics reveals that they exist in a state of constant, graceful uncertainty. The electrons surrounding each atomic nucleus don't orbit in neat, predictable paths like planets around a sun. Instead, they exist in probability clouds, regions where they might be found, existing in all possible locations simultaneously until the moment of observation. This isn't a limitation of our measurement tools or a sign that physics is incomplete. This is the fundamental nature of reality itself. The universe, at its deepest level, is built on possibility rather than certainty, on potential rather than fixed outcomes. And you, lying here in this moment between waking and sleeping, are made entirely of this quantum possibility. The matter that forms your body, which feels so solid, so undeniably real, is actually more than 99.9% empty space. If an atom were scaled up to the size of a football stadium, the nucleus would be smaller than a marble at the center, and the electrons would be probability clouds filling the entire stadium. The sensation of solidity you feel comes not from atoms touching, but from electromagnetic forces creating the illusion of impenetrability. Yet this emptiness isn't absence. It's pregnant with infinite potential. The quantum fields that permeate this space are not empty voids, but dynamic, fluctuating oceans of energy and information. Even in what we call empty space, virtual particles are constantly popping into and out of existence, creating a subtle dance of creation and annihilation that happens trillions of times per second throughout your body. You exist as a temporary arrangement of quantum possibilities that have chosen moment by moment to maintain the beautiful pattern we call you. Your thoughts, your memories, the very experience of lying here contemplating these ideas, all arise from quantum processes happening within the neural networks of your brain. The consciousness that observes these words may itself emerge from quantum effects that we're only beginning to understand. This realization need not be overwhelming or disorienting. Instead, let it fill you with a sense of profound wonder. You are not separate from the quantum universe. You are its most exquisite expression. Every breath you take involves quantum mechanical processes in your lungs. Every heartbeat relies on quantum tunneling effects that allow electrons to flow through your cardiac muscles. Even the process of falling asleep involves quantum changes in your brain chemistry. The quantum world isn't strange because it's foreign to you. It seems strange because you've been experiencing it so intimately your entire life that it has become invisible, like the air you breathe or the ground beneath your feet. Tonight, we're going to make the invisible visible, to recognize the quantum poetry that has always been the secret language of your existence. As we begin this gentle journey together, you don't need to understand everything immediately. Quantum physics isn't about grasping concepts with your analytical mind alone. It's about opening yourself to a deeper kind of knowing, the kind that emerges when you allow mystery and wonder to coexist with understanding. Let your rational mind and your intuitive wisdom work together as we explore the hidden dimensions of the reality you've always called home. The quantum you is not a different version of yourself. It's the truest description of who you've always been. You are a conscious observer in a participatory universe, a being whose very awareness plays a role in the unfolding of reality itself. Tonight, as you rest in the quiet space between thoughts, you're participating in the greatest mystery of all, the transformation of infinite quantum possibilities into the singular, unrepeatable experience of being exactly who you are, exactly where you are in this perfect moment. The dance of particles, wave-particle duality and superposition. Tonight, as your mind begins to soften and your breathing deepens, imagine that you could shrink yourself down to witness the most elegant dance in the universe, the dance of particles that make up everything you see, touch, and are. This isn't a dance with fixed steps or predetermined movements. It's a dance that changes based on whether anyone is watching, a performance that exists in multiple forms simultaneously until the moment of observation. This is the heart of quantum mystery, wave-particle duality, the beautiful paradox that light and matter can be both wave and particle, both spread out and localized, both everywhere and nowhere until consciousness chooses to look. It's not that particles are sometimes waves and sometimes particles. They are both, always, existing in a state of quantum superposition that transcends our everyday categories of existence. Picture a single photon, a particle of light that might have traveled from a distant star to reach your eyes as you settled into bed tonight. During its journey through space, this photon didn't follow a single path like a bullet flying through the air. Instead, it took every possible path simultaneously, spreading out as a wave of pure potential, interfering with itself in patterns of possibility that create the very fabric of space and light. But the moment that photon reached your retina, the moment your consciousness registered its presence, something magical happened. The wave of possibilities collapsed into a single definite experience, the experience of seeing. The photon became localized, specific, real in the way we understand reality. Yet until that moment of observation, it existed in superposition, taking all possible paths at once. This isn't just a quirk of photons. It's the fundamental nature of all quantum particles. The electrons in the atoms of your body exist in superposition states, occupying multiple energy levels simultaneously. They're not in orbit around atomic nuclei in the way planets orbit the sun. Instead, they exist as probability waves, spread out in three-dimensional patterns called orbitals, being everywhere they're allowed to be all at once. Imagine holding a coin in your hand. In our everyday world, you flip it and it's either heads or tails. But in the quantum world, particles exist like a coin that's been flipped and is spinning forever in the air, simultaneously heads and tails, simultaneously all possibilities, until the moment someone looks to see which side it lands on. This superposition isn't instability or confusion. It's the universe's way of maintaining perfect creative potential. By existing in multiple states simultaneously, quantum particles keep all possibilities open until the moment when reality needs to make a choice. It's as if the universe is a master improviser, keeping all options available until the perfect moment to commit to a particular story. The famous double-slit experiment reveals this dance in its most beautiful form. When we send particles through two slits in a barrier, they behave like waves, going through both slits simultaneously and creating interference patterns on the other side. Light and dark bands that show where the waves reinforce or cancel each other. But if we place a detector at one of the slits to see which path each particle takes, the wave pattern disappears, and the particles behave like classical objects, going through one slit or the other. It's as if the particles are dancers who perform differently depending on whether they sense an audience. When unobserved, they dance the wave dance, flowing through both slits in a graceful superposition of possibilities. When observed, they shift to the particle dance, following definite paths with classical precision. The act of observation doesn't just reveal reality, it participates in its creation. This has profound implications for your own existence. The boundary between observer and observed, between consciousness and matter, becomes beautifully blurred. You're not separate from the quantum dance happening around you. Your awareness is part of the choreography. Every moment of perception is a moment of participatory creation, where the universe's superposition of possibilities collapses into the specific reality of your experience. As you rest here tonight, feeling the solid mattress beneath you, remember that this solidity emerges from quantum superposition. The atoms in your mattress maintain their structure because their electrons exist in stable superposition states, occupying probability clouds that give matter its properties. The very sensation of lying down is a quantum mechanical phenomenon. Your brain, too, operates through quantum processes. Some scientists theorize that consciousness itself might emerge from quantum superposition states in the microtubules of your neurons. Your thoughts might be the universe's way of collapsing vast ranges of possibility into specific moments of awareness, each idea a quantum choice among infinite alternatives. This isn't just physics, it's poetry. The universe has written itself in a language of possibility and probability, where every particle is both wave and particle, where every quantum system exists in all possible states until love, attention, or consciousness calls it into being. You live in a reality that's constantly choosing itself into existence, moment by moment, through an eternal dance between potential and actuality. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, you're entering your own superposition state, simultaneously awake and asleep, simultaneously processing and releasing, simultaneously conscious and unconscious. You're becoming part of the quantum dance, allowing yourself to exist in the beautiful space between definite states, letting the universe explore its possibilities through your dreams. The quantum garden: uncertainty and probability. As your breathing grows slower and deeper, imagine yourself walking through the most beautiful garden that has ever existed. A garden where nothing is certain, where everything exists in states of gentle possibility, where uncertainty itself blooms like the most exquisite flowers. This is the quantum garden of reality, where Heisenberg's uncertainty principle reveals not the universe's limitations, but its infinite creative freedom. In our everyday world, uncertainty often feels uncomfortable, something to be resolved or overcome. But in the quantum realm, uncertainty is the most fundamental gift the universe gives to itself. The gift of perpetual creative potential. Werner Heisenberg discovered that at the quantum level, you cannot simultaneously know both the exact position and exact momentum of a particle. The more precisely you determine one, the more uncertain the other becomes. This isn't due to imperfect instruments or incomplete knowledge. This is the bedrock of reality itself. Picture a single electron in one of your atoms right now. If you could somehow pin down its exact location at this moment, its momentum would become completely uncertain. It could be moving in any direction, at any speed. If you tried to measure its momentum precisely, its position would spread out into a cloud of possibilities. The electron preserves its freedom by never allowing itself to be completely known. It maintains the right to surprise, the right to emerge fresh in each moment. This uncertainty principle creates something magical. Probability clouds. Instead of existing at specific points in space, particles exist as waves of probability, spread out in beautiful three-dimensional patterns that mathematicians call wave functions. These aren't waves in water or air, they're waves in the fabric of possibility itself, describing where and how a particle might choose to appear when consciousness decides to look. Imagine these probability clouds as luminous gardens surrounding every atom in your body. The electron clouds around atomic nuclei aren't empty space. They're regions pregnant with potential, where the probability of finding an electron rises and falls like gentle hills and valleys in a landscape made of pure possibility. Some regions glow brightly with high probability, others fade into softer likelihood, and some remain in the shadows of quantum uncertainty. But uncertainty doesn't stop with individual particles. Quantum fields permeate all of space, invisible oceans of potential that connect everything in the universe. Even in what we call empty space, these fields are never truly at rest. They fluctuate constantly, creating virtual particles that pop into existence for brief moments before disappearing back into the quantum vacuum. This means that even nothingness is full of creative activity, that emptiness itself is alive with possibility. The uncertainty principle ensures that the universe never becomes static or predictable. At every moment, quantum systems explore vast ranges of possibility before settling on specific outcomes. Your body, made of countless quantum systems, is constantly navigating this landscape of uncertainty, making moment-by-moment choices about which possibilities to manifest as physical reality. Consider the neurons in your brain as you process these words. The firing of each neuron involves quantum mechanical processes where electrons tunnel through barriers that classical physics says should be impenetrable. These quantum tunneling events happen with probabilities that can never be predicted with certainty, only described statistically. Your thoughts emerge from this quantum substrate of uncertainty, each idea arising from the universe's infinite creative potential. This uncertainty becomes even more beautiful when you realize that it's intimately connected to the quantum field structure of reality. Quantum fields, electromagnetic fields, matter fields, perhaps even consciousness fields, create an underlying unity that connects all things. These fields don't exist in space and time. They are space and time, the fundamental substrate from which all phenomena emerge. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle means that these fields can never be perfectly still or empty. They must fluctuate, must explore possibilities, must maintain the universe's creativity. This means that at the deepest level, reality is not made of things, but of relationships, patterns of possibility that dance through the quantum fields, creating the temporary arrangements we call particles, atoms, people, stars. As you rest here tonight, feeling the certainty of your body against the sheets, you're actually experiencing the stable patterns that emerge from quantum uncertainty. Your physical form is like a standing wave in the ocean of quantum fields, a persistent pattern that maintains itself through constant flux and change. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon in your DNA, all maintain their identities, not through static existence, but through dynamic participation in the quantum dance of uncertainty and possibility. Even your sense of continuity, the feeling that you're the same person who lay down to sleep, emerges from quantum processes. Your memories are stored in the quantum states of neural networks, patterns of possibility that recreate themselves moment by moment. The you who will wake tomorrow morning will be a new arrangement of quantum possibilities that has chosen to maintain the beautiful pattern of your consciousness. This uncertainty principle offers a profound gift to human experience. It means that the future is never completely determined. At every quantum moment, the universe has genuine choices, real alternatives, authentic creative freedom. The butterfly effect becomes even more beautiful when you realize it's built on quantum foundations, that the tiny quantum uncertainties in your brain right now could influence thoughts that change your life, that change the world. Tonight, as you surrender to sleep, you're surrendering to uncertainty in the most beautiful way. Sleep is your daily practice of letting go of the need to control and predict, allowing yourself to drift into the quantum garden where dreams grow from the soil of pure possibility. In sleep, consciousness explores the vast probability spaces that waking awareness usually collapses into single realities. You become a quantum gardener, tending infinite possibilities in the field of dreams. Entangled hearts, quantum connections across space. As you sink deeper into the peaceful embrace of rest, imagine that you could see the invisible threads that connect you to everything you have ever loved. Gossamer strands of quantum connection that stretch across any distance, binding hearts and particles in an intimacy so profound that Einstein himself called it spooky action at a distance. Tonight, we explore quantum entanglement, the universe's deepest expression of connection, unity, and love. Quantum entanglement begins with a beautiful impossibility. When two particles interact or originate from the same quantum event, they become entangled. Their fates become intertwined in ways that transcend space and time. Measure the spin of one entangled particle and you instantly know the spin of its partner, no matter how far apart they have traveled. Change the state of one, and its partner responds instantaneously, even if it's on the other side of the galaxy. This isn't communication in any ordinary sense. Nothing travels between the particles. No signal, no energy, no information in the classical sense. Instead, the two particles exist as a single quantum system, sharing one unified reality, despite being separated by any distance. It's as if they remain one being wearing two disguises, maintaining perfect unity while appearing to be separate. Picture two particles born together in a quantum event, spinning in opposite directions to maintain perfect balance. As they travel apart, one remaining on Earth, one journeying to Alpha Centauri, they carry this intimate connection with them. The moment you measure the first particle and find it spinning clockwise, you know with absolute certainty that its partner, 4 light years away, must be spinning counterclockwise, not because a signal traveled between them, but because they were never truly separate.
Einstein, along with colleagues Podolsky and Rosen, proposed this scenario in 1935 as a thought experiment to show what they believed was a flaw in quantum mechanics. Surely, they argued, reality must be locally determined. Things should only be directly influenced by their immediate surroundings. The idea that measuring a particle here could instantly affect a particle there seemed to violate everything we knew about the nature of reality. But the universe, as it turned out, is more beautiful and mysterious than even Einstein imagined. Decades of experiments have confirmed that quantum entanglement is not only real, but fundamental to the structure of reality itself. In 1964, physicist John Bell proved mathematically that no theory based on local hidden variables could reproduce the predictions of quantum mechanics. The universe really does maintain instant connections across any distance. This has profound implications for how we understand connection and separation in our own lives. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of ancient stars, scattered across space when those stars died, and eventually gathered together to form the Earth and everything on it, including you. Many of these atoms may still be quantum entangled with particles scattered throughout the cosmos, maintaining invisible bonds that connect you to the entire universe. More personally, consider everyone you have ever loved, every person who has touched your life in meaningful ways. When you interact with another person, when you hold hands, share a conversation, or simply exist in the same space, quantum entanglement occurs between the particles in your bodies. Photons bounce between your eyes, air molecules carry your voices back and forth, and in countless subtle ways you become quantum mechanically connected. Some of these entanglements fade quickly, but others might persist, creating invisible threads of connection that maintain themselves across time and distance. When you think of someone you love who is far away, when you feel their presence despite their absence, when you seem to know intuitively that they need you, perhaps you're sensing the whispers of quantum entanglement, the universe's way of ensuring that love transcends the apparent separations of space and time. The phenomenon becomes even more profound when we consider that entanglement isn't limited to pairs of particles. Quantum systems can become entangled in vast networks, creating what physicists call multi-particle entangled states. These systems share unified realities that span multiple locations, multiple particles, multiple possibilities. Your brain, with its billions of neurons and trillions of quantum interactions, might be creating entangled networks of consciousness that connect you not only to your own memories and experiences, but to the larger patterns of awareness in the universe.
Recent research suggests that quantum entanglement might play crucial roles in biological systems. Some birds navigate using quantum entangled states in proteins in their eyes, maintaining connections to the Earth's magnetic field that help them find their way across continents. Plants might use quantum entanglement in photosynthesis, creating connections between molecules that allow them to harvest light with impossible efficiency. Life itself might be nature's way of exploring and expressing quantum entanglement on biological scales. As you rest here tonight, feeling perhaps a sense of separation from loved ones who are far away, remember that quantum entanglement suggests a deeper truth. Separation is an illusion created by our limited perception. At the quantum level, you remain connected to everyone and everything that has ever been part of your experience. The love you feel for others, the sense of connection that transcends distance, the intuitive knowledge that you're part of something larger than yourself. These might be the everyday experience of quantum entanglement.
This doesn't mean that distance doesn't matter, or that physical presence isn't precious. Rather, it suggests that love and connection have quantum mechanical foundations, that the bonds we form with others are literally woven into the fabric of space and time. The longing you feel for absent loved ones, the way their memory can instantly change your emotional state, the mysterious synchronicities that seem to connect you across impossible distances, all of these might be expressions of the quantum entanglement that lies at the heart of reality. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, imagine yourself surrounded by an invisible web of quantum connections, threads of entanglement linking you to everyone you love, to every place you've been, to every moment of beauty you've ever experienced. You are not alone in this vast universe. You are intimately, instantly, eternally connected to the whole of existence through the quantum poetry of entangled hearts. The observer's dream, measurement, and consciousness. In the soft darkness of your bedroom, as consciousness begins to blur the boundaries between waking and dreaming, you become part of the deepest mystery in physics, the role of observation in creating reality itself. Tonight, we explore the profound questions that arise when quantum mechanics meets consciousness, questions that transform you from a passive observer of the universe into an active participant in its ongoing creation. The measurement problem in quantum mechanics reveals something extraordinary. The act of observation appears to play a fundamental role in determining what becomes real. Before measurement, quantum systems exist in superposition, simultaneously in all possible states, like Schrödinger's famous cat that is both alive and dead, until someone opens the box to look. But the moment a conscious observer decides to measure a quantum system, this superposition collapses into a single definite outcome. This isn't simply about the physical disturbance caused by measurement instruments. The collapse of the wave function seems to occur the moment the information reaches a conscious observer. It's as if consciousness itself serves as the bridge between the quantum realm of infinite possibilities and the classical world of definite outcomes. Your awareness doesn't just perceive reality, it participates in selecting which of the infinite possible realities becomes the one you experience. Consider this moment as you lie in bed, processing these words. The photons carrying this information from your screen to your eyes exist in quantum superposition states until they interact with the rhodopsin molecules in your retinal cells. But even then, the information remains in quantum form as it travels through your optic nerves toward your brain. Only when it reaches your conscious awareness does the superposition collapse into the definite experience of reading, understanding, contemplating these ideas. This leads to one of the most beautiful interpretations of quantum mechanics, the many worlds interpretation. According to this view, the wave function never actually collapses. Instead, every time a quantum system would normally collapse into a singular outcome, The universe splits into parallel branches, one for each possible outcome. Consciousness doesn't choose which reality becomes real. It chooses which reality you experience. Which branch of the infinite quantum tree becomes your personal timeline. In this interpretation, every quantum measurement, every moment of conscious choice, every random event creates new universes. There are versions of you experiencing every possible outcome of every quantum event that affects your life. Somewhere in the vast quantum multiverse, there's a version of you who made different choices, experienced different coincidences, lived different stories. The you lying here tonight is just one beautiful branch of an infinite tree of possibility. This doesn't diminish the significance of your choices or experiences. It makes them infinitely precious. Out of all possible worlds, this is the one your consciousness inhabits. Every decision you make, every moment of awareness, every creative act becomes a form of cosmic authorship, writing the story of which universe you experience. But consciousness's role in quantum mechanics goes even deeper. Some physicists and philosophers propose that consciousness isn't just an observer of quantum reality, it's the fundamental fabric from which quantum reality emerges. In this view, awareness precedes matter, and physical reality is how consciousness appears to itself when viewed from within the system. The quantum field that underlies all matter might itself be a field of pure consciousness exploring its own possibilities. Your brain, with its billions of neurons and trillions of connections, creates one of the most complex quantum systems in the known universe. Recent research suggests that quantum effects in microtubules within neurons might be where consciousness emerges, where the quantum realm of superposition and possibility meets the classical realm of thoughts, memories, and experiences. Your thoughts might be the universe's way of experiencing its own quantum nature. This has profound implications for dreams, creativity, and intuition. When you sleep, your brain's quantum processes continue, but freed from the constraints of processing sensory input from the external world. Dreams might be explorations of quantum possibility space, your consciousness wandering through alternate realities and unexplored potentials. Creative insights that seem to come from nowhere might be quantum information from parallel processing in your brain's quantum networks. Intuition, too, might have quantum mechanical foundations. The sense that you know something without knowing how you know it. The feeling that you're connected to information beyond your immediate experience. The way creative solutions sometimes emerge fully formed. These might be expressions of consciousness, accessing quantum information, tapping into the deeper connectivity that underlies apparent separations. Some researchers propose that consciousness creates the experience of time itself. In the quantum realm, all moments exist simultaneously in superposition, but consciousness, by collapsing wave functions sequentially, creates the experience of linear time, the sense that there is a now that moves from past toward future. Your awareness might be the universe's way of experiencing its own eternal nature, one moment at a time. This perspective transforms meditation and mindfulness practices into quantum mechanical activities. When you observe your thoughts without attachment, when you rest in pure awareness, when you experience the spacious consciousness
that underlies all mental activity, you might be directly experiencing the quantum nature of reality itself. The observer that watches thoughts arise and pass away might be the same observer that collapses quantum wave functions into experienced reality. As you prepare for sleep tonight, consider that you're about to enter a different mode of consciousness participation in quantum reality. In dreams, the normal rules of classical physics dissolve. You can fly, travel through time, transform into different beings, experience impossible events. Dreams might be your consciousness exploring the quantum superposition states that waking awareness usually collapses into single realities. Tonight, as your consciousness drifts between waking and sleeping, you become both the observer and the observed, both the dreamer and the dream. You enter the quantum realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where consciousness and reality dance together in the eternal mystery of creating what is real. Rest peacefully in your role as both author and character in the universe's ongoing story of becoming. Quantum dreams, applications, and the future of reality. As you rest in the gentle space between waking and sleeping, your consciousness suspended in its own form of superposition, let yourself imagine the extraordinary future that quantum physics is creating. A future where the strange principles we've explored tonight transform from abstract physics into the practical magic of daily life. The quantum realm isn't just a beautiful theory, it's the foundation for technologies and insights that will reshape human experience in ways that seem borrowed from dreams. Right now, as you lie peacefully in your bed, quantum effects are enabling processes throughout your body that classical physics said should be impossible. In your retinal cells, quantum coherence helps you see with extraordinary efficiency, allowing single photons to trigger conscious perception. The enzyme systems that digest your food, the proteins that repair your DNA, the neurotransmitters that carry signals through your brain, all rely on quantum tunneling, where particles pass through energy barriers by temporarily becoming waves of pure possibility. Recent discoveries suggest that photosynthesis, the process that powers almost all life on Earth, operates through quantum coherence. Plants maintain quantum superposition states that allow them to test all possible pathways for capturing solar energy simultaneously, then choose the most efficient route. They're living quantum computers, processing light energy with an efficiency that human technology is only beginning to approach. The flowers in your garden tomorrow morning will be running quantum algorithms that help them harvest sunlight with impossible precision. Even more mysteriously, some birds navigate by maintaining quantum entangled states in proteins in their eyes, creating a biological compass that can sense the Earth's magnetic field. During their migrations, they carry quantum coherence states across continents, their consciousness literally entangled with the planet's magnetic environment. You share this world with creatures whose everyday experience includes direct perception of quantum fields. But quantum biology is just the beginning. The quantum computers being developed in laboratories around the world operate on principles that transform the nature of information processing itself. Where classical computers must explore solutions sequentially, quantum computers can explore vast numbers of possibilities simultaneously through
superposition. They could solve problems that would take classical computers longer than the age of the universe to complete. Imagine quantum computers simulating molecular interactions to design new medicines, exploring the quantum mechanical properties of atoms and molecules to create materials with impossible properties, or modeling the quantum processes in your own neurons to better understand consciousness itself. These machines won't just calculate, they'll dream in quantum superposition, exploring solution spaces that exist only in the realm of possibility. Quantum communication networks, already being tested in cities around the world, use quantum entanglement to create absolutely secure communication channels. Information transmitted through entangled particles cannot be intercepted without disturbing the quantum states, making eavesdropping impossible. Future internet connections might be quantum entangled, creating a global nervous system where information flows through instantaneous correlations rather than classical signals. The implications stretch even further into the mysterious connections between quantum mechanics and consciousness itself. Some researchers propose that consciousness emerges from quantum processes in the brain's microtubules, tiny structures within neurons that might maintain quantum coherence at body temperature. If this is true, then understanding consciousness becomes inseparable from understanding quantum mechanics. This could revolutionize how we approach mental health, creativity, and human potential. Meditation and mindfulness practices might be ways of directly influencing quantum processes in the brain. The states of expanded awareness reported by experienced meditators, feelings of unity with the universe, direct perception of the interconnectedness of all things, access to creative insights that seem to arise from beyond personal knowledge, might be experiences of consciousness operating in quantum superposition states. Dreams, too, take on new significance from a quantum perspective. When you sleep tonight, your brain's quantum processes will continue operating, but freed from the task of processing sensory input from the external world. Dreams might be explorations of quantum possibility space, your consciousness navigating through alternate realities and potential futures. The creative insights that sometimes emerge from dreams, the sense that dreams provide access to knowledge beyond your waking experience, might reflect your consciousness's ability to process quantum information during sleep. Even the nature of time might be transformed by quantum insights. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest that all moments exist simultaneously in a vast quantum superposition, and consciousness creates the experience of linear time by collapsing these temporal wave functions moment by moment. The future might exist as a field of possibilities that consciousness navigates, choosing which potential timeline becomes experienced reality. This has profound implications for human agency and creativity. Every choice you make, every moment of conscious attention, every creative act becomes a form of quantum measurement, collapsing possibilities into actualities. You're not just observing the universe, you're participating in its creation. Your dreams, your creativity, your conscious choices all become ways of exploring and selecting from the infinite possibilities that quantum mechanics reveals as the foundation of reality. As quantum technologies mature, the boundary between science fiction and daily life will continue to dissolve. Quantum sensors might detect thoughts and emotions directly. Quantum computers might simulate consciousness itself. Quantum communication might enable forms of connection that transcend ordinary space and time. The strange, beautiful principles of quantum mechanics that seem so abstract tonight will become the ordinary magic of tomorrow's world. But perhaps the most profound application of quantum physics isn't technological, it's philosophical and spiritual. Quantum mechanics reveals a universe that is fundamentally creative, fundamentally uncertain, fundamentally connected.
It suggests that consciousness plays a vital role in the structure of reality itself. It offers a scientific foundation for experiences of unity, creativity, and transcendence that humans have reported throughout history. Tonight, as you drift into dreams, you enter your own quantum laboratory. Your sleeping consciousness will explore possibility spaces, navigate alternate realities, and perhaps touch the deeper quantum connections that link you to the whole of existence. Rest peacefully in the knowledge that you live in a universe where anything is truly possible, where consciousness and cosmos dance together in the eternal creative act of bringing reality into being. You are both the dreamer and the dream, both the observer and the observed, both a temporary arrangement of quantum possibilities and an eternal participant in the universe's ongoing story of becoming. Sweet dreams in the quantum realm, where every night you return home to the infinite creativity at the heart of existence itself.